Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back. I am so excited to have you here with me. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live a whole food, plant-based lifestyle for health and well-being, and it literally gave me my life back. And I know it can help you with yours too. And so today I wanted to share with you how I make garbanzo beans, otherwise known as chickpeas, in the Instant Pot for future use. So I'm going to start out soaking our dried garbanzo beans, and then in a few minutes we'll talk about the difference between soaking your beans, your dried beans, and not soaking your beans. And so for me, I'm going to go ahead and use these organic garbanzo beans. They are dry. I'm going to just cut open the package. I like to buy the organic ones. You can do what works for you. And sometimes I buy them from our natural grocers, which is called Natural Grocer. That's a grocery store. But I also have been known to order them from Rancho Gordo. And I really enjoy all the different dried beans. So I'm just going to take 1 cup of dried beans. And just pour them directly into a container or bowl. And then I'm just going to take some filtered fresh water and just cover the beans. That's it for now. At this point, I'm just going to cover them with a lid and put them in the refrigerator for anywhere from 24 hours to up to 48 hours. You could do it as like minimally, you could do 12 hours, but I recommend 24 hours minimum if you're going to be soaking. So I'm going to store this in the refrigerator, and we'll be back tomorrow, and I will be rinsing them and refilling the water if I feel that it needs to continue to be soaked. And so that's all for now. We are back. It's been 24 hours since we started soaking our beans, and we are going to get going and figure out the next steps. But before we do that, I wanted to just briefly talk about, should you soak your beans or should you not soak your beans? You don't have to soak your beans if you're using the Instant Pot. Otherwise, I would say, for me, I really prefer soaking the beans, which is why we did it today. And there are a lot of reasons. Like one reason or benefit of soaking your beans is that it will make the cooking time shorter, which is really important. Another reason is that it will reduce the anti-nutrients such as phytic acid. So those nutrients or anti-nutrients, I should say, can bind to the nutrients that are found in beans naturally. And that prevents our bodies from being able to fully absorb them. So when we soak our beans, it makes the process easier to digest in the body, okay? A lot of you may know that, beans, they can make some chaos in the belly. They can cause bloating. They can cause gas. And with soaking them, you can really bring that down and sometimes even avoid that. So that's one or two. That's several reasons why I like to soak my beans. Now, let's take a look at this. Here we have them. And they are still submerged in the water, the full amount of water, which is great. I would never want you to use this water here. So we're gonna want to get rid of this water. And I can't do it over the sink, so I'm going to improvise as if this was my sink. I would just take them and drain them right over the sink. You can see possibly that the water is discolored. I also want to give these a quick rinse. So let me go ahead and do that. And I'm also going to discard this water. This water is not something that we want to use in our cooking. Okay, I went ahead and rinsed these. You know, I was thinking I could also show you. You could, you know, if you were at the sink, you just give them a good rinse. Give them a good rinse. I sometimes also like to go through them, and if I see any that have like a weird color or little rocks or stones or any like discoloration, I'm gonna just get rid of those at this point. And so I just wanna kind of check, and then I'm gonna go ahead and rinse. There's another one I'm gonna get rid of. I'm just gonna rinse the container that I had them in, just to get any residue of that water out, because I want to just kind of take a quick peek and see. Nope, everything looks good from there. So I could continue to soak these for up to another 24 hours. You know, whether you don't have time and you didn't get them going or not, that's okay to choose to do 24 hours or 48 hours. We're going to go ahead and do 24 hours. They feel nice and soft, and I can tell that they have absorbed some of the water, and of course we got rid of any kind of phytic acid that could cause any kind of chaos in our intestinal tract. So for now, what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and take this and pour it right in the Instant Pot. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take fresh water and you're going to want to pour it so that it completely submerges the garbanzo beans, completely submerges them. You want to make sure they're all the way covered, okay? So I went ahead and just did that. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the lid, we're going to plug in our Instant Pot. Seal it. And then I'm going to say when you have the soaked beans, the cooking time is about 20 minutes on high pressure. And so let's go ahead and do that, 20 minutes. And it auto set to 20 minutes, so we're good. In a few seconds, it's going to beep, letting me know that it heard the command, and then it will start to go. Okay, so if you have dry beans that you're going to do, you're going to want to do the same thing with the dry. You're going to want to cover them, submerge them in water, and then I would say the cooking time needs to be about 50 minutes on high pressure. And then if you find that they're still not cooked enough afterwards, you're going to want to go ahead and continue cooking them for another 10 minutes at a time. The thing about that is once you open this, then you have to wait until it comes up to pressure again. Another thing I want to mention is beans will generally double in volume after they're cooked. So we started with 1 cup of dried beans, right? And so we should get 2 cups worth of cooked beans when we're finished. And another reason that you're going to want to have enough water submerged in here is because the water will be absorbed quickly into the beans. And if you don't have enough water, you could potentially burn your beans, and that would be bad. We don't want burned beans. So you'll want to make sure that you have plenty of water and know that it's got to be enough for it to continue to stay submerged. So, you know, a good thing to think about is if you're going to use, let's say, 1 cup of beans that were dry, which will yield 2 cups, right? go ahead and put like 8 cups of water. So you could do like a 1-to-8 ratio or a 1-to-6 ratio. You just want to make sure that there's plenty of water in there. So we're going to go ahead and leave this for now. And once it comes to it's finished, the time is over. I'm going to go ahead and let it do a natural release. And I'm going to go ahead and let it sit in there until it completely comes down before I open the lid. I will give it a chance to continue doing a little more cooking, and any extra water will be absorbed. If there is any liquid left over, that is considered aquafaba. You can go ahead and cool that and use that in cooking for another time. All right, we'll be back. Okay. We did 20 minutes cooking time and then an additional about 15 minutes or so for this to naturally release. And so we're going to open this up and see how our garbanzo beans are doing. Very nice. Okay. So let me go ahead and take a couple out so we can just see if they're cooked, which I know they're cooked, but see how well they are. They're warm. I'm going to squeeze this one to show you, see how it's nice and cooked. You can just squeeze it. It's soft, really great. And very tasty. The flavor is so much better, in my opinion, when you make these from scratch, although I use canned as well. So, okay, so yummy. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to drain this water. You can save the water. It's aquafaba. It's the liquid that's in the cans, and we create it here if you want to use it for cooking. I'm going to go ahead and drain it into here. Let's see if that's too hot. No, it's okay. That's the aquafaba. Let me set it somewhere else, and then we're going to continue to drain. I got a bigger bowl. Okay. Okay, I've gotten the Instant Pot out of the way. We have the aquafaba in another bowl near us, which I will bring back over to let it cool. If you wanted to use this for cooking or storing, you can certainly do that. You can use it to make aquafaba like a whipped topping. You can use it in soups and stews. It has many uses. What I want to do next is just let this cool. It's ready to go now, but because I'm not going to be eating them all right now, I want to let them cool. And once they cool, I'll show you how I store them. And that's pretty much it. Some people like to take the cover off. I call it a cover. It's kind of like the skin, especially if they're going to be making things like hummus, just because it gives it a smoother texture, but it is not necessary, and it is definitely edible. So we'll be back when this cools, and I'll show you how I store it. Okay, so it's been a little while, and the garbanzo beans are now cool. I want to show you how I store them if I'm not going to be using them right away. First of all, if we measure this 1 cup, I just want to show you, that's the dried beans, 1 cup, right? Look how much more it made. And so that's what I'm saying. It will double in size because of the absorption of the water while cooking. So there you go. Now, I usually use these super cubes. They're great for, it's a silicone container, and I really like it because it can go right into the freezer and it doesn't stick. I've got some in here already, and I purposely did that because I wanted to show you when the garbanzo beans are frozen, they can stick into a little, kind of stick to themselves, but they also can just be, you know, not sticking to themselves. And so anyhow, I like to measure these as a half a cup. These containers, this particular one, they come in all different sizes. This particular one holds up to 1 cup, and there's measurements at the halfway for half cup. So I'm going to go ahead, because I'm going to be using these, whoops, I'm going to go ahead and just dump it in. I'm just going to dump it in another container just so I can show you how I fill this one, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I'd like to do is measure half cup increments. So I'm going to go ahead and measure half cup. There we go. And pour it right in. Spread it out. And then I can pour it in as many containers as I have, or many slots as I have. Now, let's say I still want to store this, but I want to keep our measurements. The best way that I know how to do that is I take some parchment paper, I just cut a small amount, and then I just either tear it or I can cut it to fit on top, just like that. And then I go ahead and just place it in there. You can even cut it down a little bit more, which is what I'll do. So that it fits right in there. And then when I add my other measurement, my other half cup, it will still keep it separated. So I can utilize the container more. There you go. And I'll just continue doing that until it's full. Put the lid on. I like to take a Sharpie and some tape and write what it is, garbanzo beans, the date that I made it, and go from there. And when I'm ready, I'll just take it out, and I can either take the top portion out with the parchment paper and put the rest back in the freezer and go from there. So I hope that's helpful for you. I really hope that you give fresh beans a try. Cook them in your Instant Pot and enjoy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to eat your greens and give plants a chance. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.